Well, this is it. This is the extra content. We want to just find a way to maybe give you a couple ideas on how to help sleep. It's always easy for me to tell you to go to sleep, and some of you are like, yeah, I'd love to, but I just can't. And so, I've read some stuff on it and researched a bit, and there's a few things that I've tried, but we just want to help you fall asleep a little bit better. So for all those watching as extra content, we hope this is helpful. Of course, I'm not going to give you the full gamut. I'm not a sleep scientist. There's no way that I'm ever close to being any sort of scientist, but I just want to help you out with a few practical ideas. So maybe you're here, you're like, man, I want to go to sleep. I heard that just kind of like what you spoke about really kind of hit me right here. There's a few things you can try. One is this, like limit the amount of screen time you have, especially within the last hour of your day. If you're like letting the TV kind of lull you into sleep, it's not really the best way of falling asleep. Or if you just find yourself always on your phone late at night, there's been so many things you can look at. Research has come up on how the light from your screens just make it harder for you to fall asleep. So watch it. Maybe you just need to start cutting that out. It can be really hard for you to do. Start it. Maybe you can't do a full hour before. Maybe start half hour before. Maybe pick up a book, something that's super boring. Just try reading it and falling asleep to that. But that's a really good habit you can try. Another thing is like limit your caffeine intake, especially after 4 p.m. at night. I don't know if you know this, but caffeine actually has like a 7 or 8 hour latency to it sometimes. And so you may drink something at 3 o'clock, but the caffeine may only hit you like around 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. So make sure you're watching the amount of caffeine you intake. And that could include how much pop you're drinking. I know alcohol makes it really hard. I don't know how many of you are just kind of that's something that's a regular part of your day. That's going to be something that's going to be really, that's not going to help you fall asleep at night as well. A couple other things, make sure you keep a regular schedule of sleep. Set a time, especially during the week when you're going to go to sleep and when you're going to wake up. But you're like, man, I go to sleep at like 3 in the morning. I know I got to go to sleep earlier. Do I just set an alarm for 11 o'clock to go to sleep? Well, no, it's probably not the best way of doing it. A lot of people just say what you should do is start going to bed 15 minutes earlier just every day. So if you're used to going to bed at 3 in the morning, try 2:45 in the morning. Every day, set it back by 15 minutes. Gradually move your way to where you want to be and give yourself some time. Give yourself a bit of grace in it, right? So take your time to do that. That's another thing you could be doing. I think another thing that can kind of help you do that is keep your room cool at night. Find a way to kind of cool down. If you're like doing like high amount of activity or cardio even just late at night and you expect to just kind of like get into bed and fall asleep, one, that's gross. You should probably shower at least, but it's not going to help. You want to try to actually lower your body's temperature. That's another way of doing it. And if you find yourself just having a really chronic hard time sleeping and it's something you've really tried, and I'd say, probably wise of you to maybe talk to your doctor, ask them about it, talk to them about it. Sleeplessness has a huge effect on your mental health, and it can affect every single part of your body, and it affects kind of your own levels of joy and happiness and fulfillment in life. And so it is worth talking to a doctor about. So make sure you do that. I know that's not everything. I know there's a few things that you can do, probably more than I don't know, but this probably should get you started in the right direction. All in all, we just want to make sure that holistically you're healthy. We care about your spiritual life, but we care about you altogether. And so we hope that just this little extra content just gives you something to try over the next few nights and maybe help you get back to a bit of a regular schedule of sleeping. We miss you. We're glad that we could do this, and we hope this was helpful. Again, go to sleep.